Today, I want you to imagine a situation that might seem like the beginning of a nightmare, but in truth, it could happen to any of us. You're alone at home. Maybe you've just made your morning coffee. Maybe you're sitting quietly reading your newspaper. Maybe you're watching TV at the end of a long day. Everything feels normal until something unusual, almost imperceptible at first, begins in your chest. It isn't the sharp stabbing pain you see in movies. It's more subtle, more insidious. It feels like a heavy stone pressing down on the center of your chest, a pressure that doesn't leave when you shift your position, a weight that almost seems to squeeze the life out of you from the inside. You might brush it off at first, telling yourself it's just indigestion, that it will pass in a few minutes, but it doesn't. In fact, the pressure grows stronger, and then you notice a strange numbness creeping into your left arm. Perhaps the pain begins to radiate toward your jaw, your neck, or your back, and that's when your brain finally whispers the truth that you don't want to hear. This could be a heart attack. And the terrifying question arises, what do you do if you're completely alone? I am Dr. Yandé, and today, I want to break the silence on a subject too many people avoid out of fear. People die every day, not because modern medicine doesn't have solutions, but because in those crucial moments, they don't know what to do. Or worse, they do nothing. In reality, the difference between death and survival often lies in the first 10 seconds. If you do nothing, the odds of death are almost certain. If you act with knowledge and clarity, you give yourself a chance. Not a small one, but in many cases, up to 90%. And that chance can mean years of life you would have otherwise lost. Let me begin with a real story. A man named Jean, 68 years old, living alone in his modest apartment, woke one morning feeling that same crushing sensation in his chest. He could have ignored it. He could have convinced himself that it was gas or stress. But months before, he had attended one of my talks. He had learned exactly what to do if such a moment came. And when it did, he didn't panic. He didn't waste time. He applied each step I had taught him. That decision saved his life. Today, Jean walks again, he reads his newspaper each morning, and he plays with his grandchildren. He is alive because he was prepared. Not because of luck, but because of knowledge and action. And that, my friend, is what I want for you. We have been fed false images of what a heart attack looks like. In movies, the character clutches his chest, cries out dramatically, and collapses instantly. Real life is rarely that theatrical. In fact, in most cases, heart attacks are quieter, stranger, more confusing. They whisper before they scream. They creep up with symptoms that can easily be mistaken for something else. A fatigue so heavy that you feel like you've been drained of all strength. A sudden cold sweat even though you're sitting still in a cool room. A strange pain in the jaw or the back. A shortness of breath as if you've just run up a staircase, even though you're sitting calmly. And the most common mistake, people wait. They wait because they don't want to overreact. They wait because they're embarrassed to call for help. They wait, and during that wait, the heart muscle is starved of oxygen, and minute after minute, permanent damage sets in. I want you to engrave this in your memory. There are 5 warning signals your body can send before or during a heart attack. If you remember nothing else from this talk, remember these 5. Persistent pressure or heaviness in the chest, not lasting seconds but minutes. Pain that radiates from the chest to the arm, neck, jaw, or back. Extreme unexplained fatigue. Sudden shortness of breath with a cold sweat. And dizziness, nausea, or vomiting. If you feel 2 or 3 of these signs together, treat it as an emergency. If you already have risk factors like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or you smoke, even one of these signs should make you act immediately. Do not hesitate. But knowing the signals is not enough. You must know exactly what to do if this happens when you're alone. And believe me, the steps are simple. They do not require medical training. They do not require equipment. They require only awareness, calmness, and decision. The first step is to stop everything you're doing and sit down in a safe place. Do not lie flat on the floor. Do not stay standing where you can collapse. Sit with your back supported, stable. This prevents a dangerous fall and helps you conserve energy. Second, if you have aspirin, chew one immediately. Do not swallow it whole. Chew it. Let it dissolve in your mouth. This allows the medication to act faster, thinning the blood and helping to dissolve clots that block arteries. That simple act can reduce damage to the heart by up to 40%. If you don't have aspirin, don't panic. Move to the next step. Third, call emergency services without delay. And here's the critical detail. Give your address first before describing your symptoms. Many people start explaining what they feel, then collapse before they've given their location. If the operator doesn't know where you are, help cannot arrive in time. So say your name and your exact address first, then describe your pain. Fourth, unlock your door or leave the key where it is visible. When the ambulance arrives, they must be able to enter without delay. Fifth, adopt the right position. Recline your body at about a 45-degree angle, with your legs slightly raised on a cushion or pillow. This helps blood circulation to the brain and heart without overwhelming the lungs. Sixth, send a short text to family members. Don't call and waste energy talking. Send a clear message like, heart attack symptoms, I've called emergency services, I'm being taken to the hospital. Don't worry, just come. Send it to multiple people so someone will see it. Seventh, control your breathing. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly for 6. This type of controlled breathing reduces the stress on your heart and helps you stay calm while keeping oxygen flowing. And finally, eighth, press the inside of your wrist where you feel your pulse and cough 3 strong times. This little-known technique can help regulate your heart rhythm and maintain circulation for a few extra minutes until help arrives. And sometimes those few minutes are the difference between survival and tragedy. Gene followed all 8 steps. He survived. And so can you. But I don't want you to rely only on emergency actions. The truth is, prevention is even more powerful. The best heart attack is the one that never happens. And prevention comes down to habits. Let me share with you what I call the 3 golden habits. First, walk for 30 minutes every single day. Not fast, not as a marathon, just steady walking. Movement is life. It keeps your blood vessels flexible, your circulation strong, your heart resilient. Second, reduce salt. Salt is the silent enemy. It raises blood pressure, stiffens arteries, and quietly damages the heart. Avoid processed foods, instant soups, industrial bread, cold cuts. Replace them with fresh vegetables, fruits, legumes, natural foods. Third, stop smoking and stop drinking alcohol, regardless of your age. I've heard so many people say, "Doctor, I'm already 70, why stop now?" And my answer is always the same, because it's never too late. Your body will always thank you for the change. I've seen 70-year-olds who quit smoking and within months could breathe better, sleep better, climb stairs again without losing breath. It is never too late to give your heart a chance. Now let me summarize everything so it stays engraved in your mind. 5 warning signals: pressure in the chest, pain that radiates, extreme fatigue, shortness of breath with cold sweat, dizziness, or nausea. 8 survival steps if you're alone. Sit safely, chew aspirin, call emergency services, and give your address. Unlock your door, recline at 45 degrees, send a short text, breathe slowly, press your wrist, and cough. And 3 golden habits: walk daily, reduce salt, quit smoking, and alcohol. But there is one last thing I want you to do. Write these steps down and place them on your refrigerator, next to your bed, anywhere you will see them often. Practice them. Pretend for a moment that you're in the middle of a heart attack. Look at your watch, sit down, breathe slowly, chew aspirin, call emergency. Practice because in real life, when panic rises, only what you've rehearsed will come to you naturally. This is not exaggeration. This is preparation. This is self-respect. This is love for your own life. And now I want you to make a promise. Go to your refrigerator, take a piece of paper, and write this sentence: I am ready. If a heart attack comes, I will not give up. I know what to do, and I will survive. Read that sentence every day. Make it your personal declaration. Because you are not alone, even if you live alone. You carry with you the knowledge that can keep you alive. And knowledge is power. I am Dr. Yandé, and after decades of helping people protect their health, I can assure you of this. You can survive a heart attack, even when you are alone, if you prepare. And today, by staying until the end of this video, you have taken your first step. If this content helped you, share it with your parents, your siblings, your friends. Leave me a comment with the words, I am ready. It's not just a comment, it's a promise to yourself, a declaration that you choose life. And before you leave, subscribe, because each week I bring you practical, evidence-based advice to protect your body, your mind, and your future. Take care of yourself. Protect your heart. And may you live many more years in health, joy, and peace.